Hey folks, thought I'd do a short video on NCOM. We met this last week in Des Moines, Iowa at the Holiday Inn Airport, or Airport Holiday Inn Motel and Suites, and had a really good time. Now, you all of a sudden ask, what is NCOM? NCOM stands for National Coalition of Motorcyclists. Involved in NCOM are most of the COCs, or Confederation of Clubs in the state. There was a very strong showing by our dominant club here in Iowa, Dominant 1% Club. And what's cool is I had some good friends in that club. Friday night, NCOM was opened in prayer by Chopper Charlie Gilmore, very dear friend. And then later on, his brother Slider Gilmore did a seminar called The Golden Hour on what to do after a motorcycle accident, or you come upon any kind of accident. What do you go through? How do you take care of it? And then Slider received the Silver Spoke Award, a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I told him it's too early. He hadn't lived out his life yet. But we had just a blessed time. It's when an opportunity for the clubs to come together, to talk to one another rather than start shooting each other, and be able to get along. One of the highlights of the weekend was the Christian Unity gathering, where the motorcycle ministries and Christian motorcycle clubs got together, spent some time together, spent some time talking with one another, talking about how we can bolster unity between us and bring us together. Couple news items that are on the docket right now that COCs brought up. One is the ethanol standards. Iowa wants to raise them to 15% and require that every gas station offer this to the exclusion of non-alcohol gas. Well, that's a problem for those of us who ride motorcycles. Alcohol-laden gas, alcohol-mixed gas, has a short shelf life. Some guys with high-performance motorcycles, most guys with high-performance motorcycles, will find out that their bike will ping, even with the O2 sensors and with electronic fuel injection. There are times their bike will ping with alcohol-laden fuels. Well, most of the guys I know ride with 91 octane or higher. This would kind of make it hard to find 91. Another thing on the docket is that Europe is requiring that the auto manufacturers and vehicle manufacturers, motorcycle manufacturers, that after 2030, I believe it is, or 35, they will no longer be allowed to offer gasoline operated motorcycles. That's kind of a problem. Let's talk about our trip to Sturgis. If my cruising range on my electric bike is 250 miles, or maybe 300 miles, I'm going to make it halfway there and then have an 8-hour charge time. And then I'm going to make it almost there. I might make it to Rapid City or just outside of Rapid City, and again, have to charge it. You see a problem there? Hopefully we can fight that. And then a third thing that they are working on is to bring about motorcycle profiling laws, which would eliminate motorcycle-only checkpoints, where motorcycles seem to be discriminated against. Motorcyclists seem to be looked down on, and everybody who wears a cut or a vest with a club name is considered a criminal. Another thing brought up was that in Texas, if you carry and you've got a vest that the local constables see as a gang symbol vest, or that you're a member of a gang, you go to jail. They confiscate your weapon and you go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 for legally carrying, but you're carrying with a patch on your back. So that some of that's what we're trying to pull together. It's time that bikers realize that we're not one another's enemies, that we should be one another's best friends, and it is a time when we need to stand together to keep our freedoms. You may say, well, why fight these checkpoints? Why fight the profiling laws? Because men have given their lives for our freedoms, and every time you let a freedom slip away, it will not come back. And so we need to stand for our freedoms. We need to stand up for what we believe. And that doesn't mean we should be belligerent or we should be jerks. But what that does mean is that we, no matter what we have on our back, we need to stand together to fight some of this. Hey, the other blessing of NCOM is friendships. I had a brother come from Indiana and one come from Nebraska. And then our three Hellfighters here in Iowa came together and had just a wonderful time of fellowship. And along with that, a number of my friends that are in the clubs, we were able to spend some time with them. The brothers from Bikers for Christ, I'm very close to their state elder. It was fun to see them and spend time with them. The guys from Sons of God Motorcycle Club, their president, and really we're close to all of them. Good friends that we don't see each other much. It's interesting. The prez of the Sons of God and here in Iowa lives about 2 miles from where I'm sitting right now, and I hardly get to see him because we're both so busy. That should change, shouldn't it? But we got together at NCOM, got to spend some time talking and fellowshipping with one another. And then people from the other clubs that I was able to spend time with. I won't mention club names, but I'll say there are some guys that ride with some of those clubs that I would trust my life to and have trusted my life to. Hey, it's a great time of fellowship. Next year, NCOM is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. And so that's reachable. I was hoping Black Dragon might show up for that. I'll have to mention that to him again, but Nashville will be the place. I am not sure as to the date. Last year, the date was in October. I had a really cold ride down to Indianapolis last year. This year, it was in Des Moines, Iowa. I had a really hot ride to Des Moines, Iowa this year. And next year, maybe it'll be kind of lukewarm and medium, where it's not so bad in Nashville. Hey, thanks for giving me a listen. Thanks for spending a little time listening to me yammer on and on about NCOM. Like I say, we need to stand together. Don't boycott NCOM because you're mad about something. Don't stay away from NCOM. That's when we need to get together and we need to talk. Hey, y'all have a great day.